Hi everybody, it's Julie. I'm here today to talk about vintage Christmas cards and how to turn them into a little junk journal. So this vintage Christmas card came to me. I don't know where it came from. And that for that reason alone, like I don't know this family and I don't know, like somebody must have given this card to me or I got it somewhere. But it's one of those old cards that is just a sheet of paper folded into fourths and then printed. And it's in really good condition, good vintage condition. And I wanted to turn it into a little journal or book for Christmas. And the only problem is that I think, not only has it been folded so many times, I think it's just not sturdy enough. Like even if I were to just glue it, and you can see right here, there is a hole in the middle where the fold is, but it's just an old piece of paper. So I was hoping to reinforce it. So I really was thinking about how I can do that without covering up any of the graphics or words. And so I came up with something that I just wanted to share with you guys, and that is using a piece of Tyvek, which is the brand name for this paper. It's like a plastic paper. And this is just a piece I got out of an envelope somebody sent me. So I just cut it down to size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it right inside and let it be the strength of this for this card, for this cover. This card can be a cover for a little journal. So I've already got double-sided tape on all the way around the back and on 3 sides of the front, and I'm just gonna start gluing it down here. Show you how easy it is to attach glue or this double-sided adhesive. And so you just want to make sure it's got a firm seal all the way around the edges. And then for the inside, I'm just going to use some of my Beacon, I think it's 3-in-1 craft glue. So you just put the adhesive on as close as you can to the edge, and that's going to create a really good seam with lots of contact between the two pieces of paper. Okay, so that side is all peeled off. I'm just going to add some glue here in the middle. I love Beacon glue. I love Fabri-Tac, but during, I don't know about you guys, but during quarantine, all the glue seemed to be gone. I guess everybody was doing lots of crafting. So I ended up buying this 3-in-1 craft glue, and I think it's probably just as, or it's very, very similar to the Fabri-Tac. And I've almost used up the whole bottle. You can tell because it's taking a while to get out. Okay, so that is got all of its papers off and the glue in the middle. So I'm going to glue it away from the edges just a little bit all the way around. Ooh, that looks nice. Can't even tell. Okay, so that's one side down. I'm just gonna kind of run my finger around it to make sure the seam is good. And I've got a little brayer somewhere. I was gonna use it. Oh, it's under here. Okay, so that side is good, or the back side is good. Let's do the front side. My bad. Okay, so those 4 sides are taken off. I've got my glue squeezing out here, so I'm gonna wipe that glob in the middle. I'm just gonna squeeze it out just all over the place as much as I can. Just wanna get a pretty good contact with all the paper. Just enough glue so there's no bubbles or pockets, or try to avoid any lift up or anything like that. Okay, I think that's a pretty good coverage. Another blob. Let's just add him in. Okay, I'm gonna roll him down, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so there we go. Wow, that went pretty good. Okay, yay. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna let that dry for just a few minutes. I think I got a really good adhesion on there. Okay, so then my next step is to build a spine, because I wanted to do 2 signatures. And plus I'm using scrapbook paper, and it's kind of thick, so it just gets bulky. Sorry. So what I decided to make a sturdy spine without covering up anything is I built a spine out of a popsicle stick. And here's my template. So you can see it's actually a popsicle stick, and I glued it to a piece of Tyvek. This is my sample, and this is my spine. I've painted it this kind of retro green teal, and I'm gonna glue it right there. I've already poked holes in it, and how I did that was this hole punch right here. This is a 1/16 inch, and when I bought it I was like, what am I ever going to use this tiny hole for? But it punches cleanly through everything, and I mean, it looks like a little buttonhole basically. So I'm gonna glue it there, and then I'm gonna recrease the card on each side. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm just gonna use my glue gun, but I think what I'm gonna do first is I think I'm gonna sand this Tyvek down a little bit, just to create a little grip. Okay, not much, just a little bit. Get it all the way across if I can. Every little piece covered, so there's no lift up. Now it's going to put it right in the middle. And I'm just looking at the seam to see if the seam, the original fold, is in the middle of the stick. That's what I'm looking for. Let's hope we get it lined up pretty good. So this is the first time I've really done a border or a spine like this. I usually always just use cardstock or chipboard layers to make a durable spine and to build it up, but I don't know, I thought popsicle stick would be cool. We're just trying it. Okay, so while this is drying, I've already built my signatures, and I wanted to show you another way I reinforce something. So this is just a piece of paper from a book, and it's talking about Christmas. They had breakfast and what they got as presents. I just thought it was a sweet page, and it was too big. I wanted it to fit in, so I did trim it down. But it also feels thin, and for durability, like, or longevity, since I'm going to poke holes in it, I like to reinforce it. And how I do that is usually washi tape. And I know it doesn't always have the best adhesive, so I glue it down. So this is just some Christmas plaid. I think it's Tim Holtz. And I just find the length, and then I just run it along a glue stick. And this is the non-wrinkling one from Scotch. Yeah. I do like the Scotch glue sticks. And it's pretty sticky. And then I just look where the fold is and use the words as a guide. And it doesn't have to match it perfectly with the one on the back, because it's never going to be measured, but that's pretty close actually. And so I'm just going to go with it. And then what I do, once it's made sure it's attached pretty good, I just trim it. And now I know it's not going to come off. And it can fold with not too much issue. And it's ready to be added to the signature. So this, I think this is going to be the first one, because I like the contrast of the red with that. And I think I'm going to put him in here somewhere. Let's see if we like him there. So just kind of audition it and see. That's not too bad. So white. It's so white in that one. Yeah, let's put him there. Okay, so there's my first signature. And I am going to find some, what do you call these? Safety, nope. Paper clips and other kinds of clips to just get my signatures together. Now I do have some that are different heights, and so if I want to adjust them, I need to make sure that they're, you know, in the middle or wherever I want them to be. I think that's the only one in this signature. So he's kind of right there. So there goes one clip at the top. And do I have any more? There's one. There's one across it. And another one right here. And another one right here. Okay, I don't have my holes punched in my signature, so I'm gonna have to do that real quick with my spine. But I think my spine is hopefully pretty good with sticking on. A little glue spot there. I'm just gonna get it. I am gonna get it off. Okay, there, I got it. Okay. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I have an old mouse pad here, and I'm gonna take a stylus. I have a little one. Here it is, my little Fiskars one with a little ball on it. I think I'm just gonna turn it down and fold it up. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna try this side. Okay. And there it is. There's our little booklet, reinforced Christmas card with a wood spine. Looks like I probably should have painted the edges a little bit like I did that side, but not that side, so I'll have to go in and touch up a little bit of paint, which is easy because I know which one I used. But now I'm going to go ahead and poke holes. How am I going to do this? I did not think this through, did I? I think the best thing to do I'm going to double up mats here. I mean, once I get the needle in here, I don't think it'll be a problem finding the holes. Now what I can't see. Hold on. Right there. Okay, found you. Okay, so now we've got our 6 holes punched, and now I've got to punch out here at the signature where I want them to be punched, where I want them to be lined up. So the easiest way to do this, which really there's no easy way, so I didn't think this through 100%, but take it and line it up where you want it to be. Then you're going to draw a line basically into that hole on the paper, but into the hole. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go right on the line that I've already folded, but where the cross line is, and I'm just going to poke a hole in it. Okay, and that's the holes we're going to work with. So I have got my thread. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is take my thread and I'm gonna run it through my beeswax piece here several times. And beeswax strengthens the string, but it also makes it a little bit sticky, so it kind of grips better. Okay. Oh, ouch. I've got some beeswax in my eye of the needle, so I'm going to get that out. All right, we are ready to go. First thing you do is you make sure it's going the right side. You poke the hole all the way through everything and make sure you're going in the right hole that you've poked for it. Okay, so a pamphlet stitch, you go up and you find your hole. There it is. Okay, we are all the way through with all of our bits and pieces. You go back down through the center hole, through all the layers again. Oh, go in the right one. Nope. then through the bottom. Let's see if we can get it to poke through. Here he comes, perfect. And I've decided I want to double stitch this one, so I am going to do that again. The reason I double stitch sometimes is just for strength of the cord. I like to have a good thickness of the cord, but I was prevented in using a thick cord with a thick needle because I used wood, which is unpliable, so I had to make sure everything would go through the hole, you know, individually, and it is, but just in that vein I'm going to double stitch. Okay, and that was easy. There's our first signature stitched in. We want everything to be nice and tight, so we're just kind of making sure everything's good to go here. Okay, I'm gonna call it good. And we're just gonna tie a square knot here. And one more. All right, that one's done. Perfect. Okay, let's get another piece of thread and we'll do our next one. So about that long. Get my beeswax, running it through. I just hold it. It creates there's a little friction. It creates heat. The beeswax, you know, melts a little bit as it warms up and coats itself, or coats the string with itself. All right, so first thing we need to do is, I don't have holes poked in my signature yet, so I've got to poke those holes really quick. We can get this needle threaded here, where I lose everything. Lose the needle, lose the thread. Cut that end off and try again. All right, there we go. Okay, there is the first signature in. So I might need to trim up some of the edges, and that's okay. It's just the way it goes sometimes. It looks like it got a little loose. I did have them clipped, and then I unclipped them to check something and didn't get them clipped back. But we are going to clip this one together, all the pieces. Get your half pieces situated where you want them. Here's the last one. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. So let's get these holes measured out and punched. Okay. Okay, 3 holes all the way through. All right, where is our waxed one? Here it is. You know, there's something else I want to do. I think I'm going to do it before I sew this one in. I wanted to put some dangly bits on it, hanging off it. So I think I'm going to punch a hole here really quick with my crocodile and the wooden spine all the way through. Should have done this beforehand, but I don't always remember or think of everything all the time. Just eyeballing it, and we're good to go. Okay, perfect. So this hole is a little bit bigger than the other hole punch, and it punches cleanly too. So you can see there I punched a hole right there in the spine. Okay, now let's get sewing this one in. Okay, make sure this one's right side up. Yep, looks good. Okay, so first through the middle. Okay, to the top. Make sure we're going in the right spot. Find the hole on the back. And if you see those marks later, like, you can go and erase them. The pencil marks I made to punch the holes on the signature. Oops. We got a little bit more. Okay. Back down through the middle. Make sure it's coming out the right spot. Yep. Oh, where'd my tail go? Oh, it came out. Shucks. All right, so start over. So down through the middle. Hold on to the tail. Up through the top. Find the hole. Okay, don't lose the tail. Don't get cocky. Whoops. Pull everything tight. Find the new hole and the new hole on the papers. All right. Remember, we're going to double it up, so we're just going to find our way back through. Make sure we're always pulling it tight so our threads are going to lay flat, not have, you know, big gaps in them. Come on. Find your way back. You can do it. Find your way back. Come on. There it is. Okay, he's up. And down. Up. Okay. So a tip, if you can't find it to come back up, just push it through and it kind of makes a new trail for the needle. Hopefully come up. There he is. Okay, and that's that. Make sure your signatures are snug, your threads are snug. And I honestly don't think that that vintage Christmas card could have taken all my sewing and tugging on it and that kind of thing. So that's why I wanted to reinforce it. Because I want it to last. I want it to stand up to use, actual use. Little pencil marks on there. Let's erase that. Okay. Trim out there. Okay. Look at that. I just need to trim this up right here. Make it nice and evener. Give her a closure, I think. I'm ready to decorate, but look how sweet that is. Here's the page we reinforced. Here's the page that's a little bit crooked. It has lines, so I'm just going to trim off to the best of my ability one of these lines. And I don't even think you'll notice it. So now I've just got to do some finishing touches. Now this paper right here is interesting. This one was actually a piece of this paper by Crate Paper, Fa La La La. It is from 2017, and I just had a whole pack of this particular paper. It's the only piece I have from this collection, but I feel like I would have loved the whole collection, but I didn't get it. So I wanted to show you this piece is this piece right here. So it was a whole set of, a whole row of tags, and I just trimmed the tops off. See, like there's the top of that one. Here's the top of this one, and so on and so forth on the back. So I'm going to use some of these tag tops that I cut off and trim them out and add them to another piece of paper to make a new tag that will be part of this journal. I'm going to keep them attached and use them together to create a new tag. Okay, so just trim it out really well as you can, and then when you get them attached, you can trim it better. And I'm going to cut a piece of music paper here, about the width of this one top. There's my pencil again. So it's right about at this line. Here's my trimmer. It's right on that one line, and you can literally make it as tall as you want. I think I'll go to right there. Okay, and then what you'll do is you'll glue these on together like that. You'll glue them together on together and make a new tag. I'm just using a glue stick here, and this one, this Scotch one, the wrinkle-free one, is really sticky. I mean, like really sticky. Okay. So I'm gonna glue it on right above those music notes. And luckily this has lines. It helps me line it up, and then I want to go on the back and make sure they line up pretty good there. It's got some old glue on it, but that's okay. And you'll just make sure that it's got a really good seal to it, that they're lined up, and then you just trim it out. Trim off the parts you don't like. Oh yeah, that's perfect, I think. I think I'm just gonna have it be a tuck in like that. So I've got some ribbon here. Got some green. Yes, I think will be better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is the bottom only. Whatever comes out, there it is. And then just about, I don't know, half an inch up the side. And press that down. I'm also thinking about folding it, so it does have polka dots on the other side, like that. Watch out for your seepage. Okay, here's my fingernails to press it down. Make sure it's not stuck underneath. Look, that's cute. And that tag will fit right in there. Okay, we're gonna let it dry. We grab our hole punch. Find our hole. Cut it. Make sure it's pretty good on the other side. And it is. It looks pretty good to me. Then we're going to take our string, tie a knot, however long you want. Okay. I think I'm also going to give it a cut edge. Okay, there's just a little bit of a ruffle there. And then I'm going to find an embellishment for it. And this one is yelling at me. Does it fit? That's pretty funny. I have reds here. One is a white core. So that kind of matches up to there. Or I have this truer red, which is not an exact match, but it's just a single cardstock. But I think I kind of like that one. So let's do that really quick. Come on. So you just want to get good coverage so it's not catching every time you slip it in and out. And glue it down. And so this edge is about the width that I'll try to go around the rest of it. Let me get some of that glue out the way. Okay. and I don't like to see sharp angles, so I kind of go around and cut the tips off. And that is that tag. Yep, let's just glue it down. Okay. So that'll just tuck right in there and be a surprise. Thanks so much for watching. I am going to go ahead and finish up this journal, and I'll do a flip through in another video. Thanks.